Della Maddalena is facing serious backlash after a training session that raised more questions than confidence. What was meant to showcase sharp preparation has instead sparked a wave of doubt. A heated debate has erupted after training footage surfaced involving JDM and grappling ace Craig Jones. Veteran analyst John McCarty didn't hold back, questioning the credibility of claims that JDM dominated the session. His reaction underscores just how wide the gap may still be between elite grapplers and rising MMA stars when it comes to submission exchanges. He stated, "If you believe JDM submitted Craig Jones, it shows how little you really know. Craig could give him the submission and JDM still wouldn't finish it." Meanwhile, Dan Hooker didn't shy away from giving props to Islam Makhachev, highlighting the significance of his stepping up in weight to take on JDM. He noted how rare it is for dominant lightweights to take such a challenge, emphasizing the boldness and legacy-defining nature of this move, something that even other greats never pursued. He said, "Credit to Islam for stepping up and coming to welterweight, definitely got my respect for being able to move up and fight JDM. It's something that even the greatest lightweight of all time, Khabib, never managed to chase as an accomplishment." On the other hand, Daniel Darius shared his evolving perspective on the upcoming Islam vs JDM showdown. While he initially leaned toward Islam, he admitted his stance has shifted. Darius pointed to physical attributes and endurance as potential game changers, acknowledging that this matchup is unusually tough to predict and could play out in unexpected ways once the pressure sets in.
Well, also on your card, in that main event is Islam. You and I spoke last time about Islam versus JDM. Now only weeks away. Do you still favor Islam in that matchup?
I'm gonna lean now towards JDM.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like the size will make a difference. Cardio-wise, JDM has great cardio. Maybe I'm wrong, but now this is all feel. This is one of the few fights where I can't really give you a clear answer. So I just feel like JDM.
On top of that, Ian Gary broke down the stylistic clash between JDM and Islam, expressing confidence in JDM's striking edge. However, he emphasized that the real challenge lies in whether JDM can neutralize Islam's elite-level grappling over the course of the fight. He said, "The fight for me really is, when Islam grabs hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world-class at that, and has been his entire life because of the way he trains. On the feet, I think Jack wins cleanly. I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop the takedown consistently for 5 rounds? Moreover, Calvin Holland reflected on Islam Makhachev's skill set long before the current title picture, recalling his prediction from UFC 302. He praised the dominance of Islam's grappling, emphasizing how that style translates effectively across weight classes. Holland noted that fighters like Islam have a way of imposing their game regardless of opponent's size, making his championship ambitions realistic.
I think the way that those guys grapple over there, I don't think it would matter if you were a heavyweight. When they decide to get you down, they're going to get you down. They're persistent, they work hard, and they're really, really good at what they do.
In addition, Jack Della Maddalena spoke with confidence about his intentions heading into the high-stakes bout, making it clear he's not just looking to win, he wants to make a statement. He expressed belief in his ability to deliver a spectacular performance on one of the sport's biggest stages, hinting at a finish that could shift the pound-for-pound conversation.
I'm going to go for it, I would love, obviously that'd be the best case scenario, get the finish. I can see it happening, I can see it blowing the roof off MSG, taking out pound for pound number one with no doubts, finish would be the dream.
Furthermore, JDM reflected on the stylistic contrast between Islam and his previous opponents, noting that this matchup presents unique layers of danger. He acknowledged Islam's well-rounded skill set and finishing threat, recognizing that this fight demands a different level of preparation. Despite the challenge, his tone carried excitement and confidence about testing himself against a high-caliber opponent.
There's different fighters, different challenges. So yeah, obviously there's some similarities within the grappling style, but yeah, I'd definitely look at Islam as a completely different challenge, different, more of a finishing ability, more powerful on the feet. So yeah, different challenge, and I'm excited for it.
During a light-hearted training moment, Islam Makhachev applied a tight submission on Reda Bagara while Khabib Nurmagomedov playfully encouraged him not to tap. The exchange quickly turned into a viral clip showcasing both Islam's technical precision and the Dagestani team's trademark toughness and humor inside the gym. It perfectly captured their intense yet spirited training culture.
Don't tap, hey, don't tap.
T'as parié sur lui, toi, ou pas?
I'm going to sleep, deep sleep.
What's more, Punahele Soriano shared a personal story that highlighted just how intense and dominant Islam Makhachev can be, even against larger opponents. Reflecting on a past training experience, he described the pressure and control Islam brings, emphasizing how that level of skill translates well at any weight. Soriano expressed a strong belief in Islam's ability to perform impressively at welterweight.
I'm curious your opinion before we let you go here. Welterweight fight coming up next month, UFC 322 for the title. How do you think Islam Makhachev does moving up and fighting Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, one time when I was still fighting at middleweight, I think it was during COVID, like, no excuses. I haven't been training for, like, you know, gyms are closed, whatever. And Ali texts me, he's like, hey, you want to work out today? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll work out. I haven't been able to do it. I go and it's just like me, Islam, and then this is still like 55 Islam, and I'm still middleweight Puna, and he just beat the piss out of me for like the whole training. So I think he's gonna do great.
Building on that analysis, Javier Mendez opened up about Islam Makhachev's physical transformation ahead of his welterweight debut. He explained that the team has been impressed with how well Islam has handled the extra size, crediting his structured training and conditioning work. Mendez noted that Islam has added muscle strategically, ensuring he remains fast, strong, and well prepared to match JDM's physicality.
Obviously we've got Islam moving up now to welterweight. How has Islam been adjusting to putting on that size?
Well, you know, I haven't been with Islam until training camp 3 weeks now, and when he came in, I looked at him. I was thinking we were going to be quite a bit smaller than Jack, but when I saw him, I said, "Oh." You know, Safe, the coach, you know, is put him on a good schedule, good workout schedule. I would see him run with vests, you know, a weight vest and the whole bit, and he's put on the weight really nice. So I think Islam right now is about 191 pounds.
Moreover, Javier addressed concerns about Islam Makhachev's size adjustment, making it clear that the weight jump isn't expected to be a problem. He explained that Islam was already on the bigger end at lightweight and now fits comfortably in the welterweight range. Mendez described his current build as balanced for the division, neither undersized nor overly bulky.
So we're not going to have an issue with the weight, you know, jumping up in weight. He was, let's face it, he was a fairly large lightweight as it was anyways, okay? Now, I don't think he's a small welterweight. I don't think he's a big welterweight. I think he's a average size welterweight at the present time.
In addition, Javier Mendez was asked about the possibility of Islam Makhachev eventually moving up to middleweight, but made it clear the team's full focus is on the upcoming fight with JDM. He explained that everything beyond that depends on the outcome. Mendez also emphasized the historic significance of what Islam could achieve if he wins, mentioning the potential to match legendary records.
At the present time, you know, we have to get by Jack.
Yes.
And then we have to look and see what he wants. And if we don't get by Jack, I don't even want to think middleweight. I would like to think, if I'm going to think anything, I'm going to think get by Jack, then go after some title defenses. And once he gets by Jack, which that's what we're working for, I'm looking at a person that's going to be in the pound for pound best ever. You know, because he would have done something that no one has done. The record time, Anderson Silva, 16 fights, unbeaten, you know, a streak, and he would have done it winning 2 titles.
Also, JDM acknowledged the matchup as a major step, praising Islam's achievements and stylistic strengths while calling it a difficult assignment. He said he's studying Makhachev's fights to develop tactical answers, especially for grappling scenarios, and is already drilling specific counters and recovery strategies. Despite the challenge, he expressed confidence in executing a winning game plan inside the cage.
I think Islam's the match. I think that's what they want to do. He had a good good run at lightweight, and I think is keen to try and capture a second belt. So I think that's the fight that they're keen to make. And I think it's a good story. Makhachev fought Volk here, and I like the matchups. Styles make fights, and I like the different challenges that every different fighter presents. So I'm just excited to get in there. Islam Makhachev is a better version of Bilal. The striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Bilal, because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style. But yeah, he's the pound for pound number one. So it's a tough fight, but I guess we'll watch all his fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it. From pretty much now, I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown, but I'm pretty confident I can get this one done.
Not just that, Merab Dvalishvili shared his thoughts on the upcoming title fight, recognizing the difficulty of Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight, but not ruling out his chances. He praised JDM's striking, but pointed out Islam's ability to control opponents through smart wrestling and tactical adjustments. Merab also suggested Islam will learn from past matchups and come in with a sharper, more calculated game plan.
Islam, he's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second belt. JDM is great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling. He's southpaw, he don't get hits, but he takes people down and he walks people down. And also we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight, and Islam will make some adjustments. It's possible, it's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second round.
Finally, Michael Bisping highlighted an interesting detail about Khabib Nurmagomedov's outlook and Islam Makhachev's future at welterweight. He noted that while Khabib holds strong confidence in Islam's ability to beat anyone in the division, there is one opponent he views differently: Shavkat Rakhmonov. Bisping pointed out Rakhmonov's size, dominance, and unbeaten record as key reasons for that caution.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, of course, the trainer of Islam Makhachev, and a long-time sparring partner back when his dad was around. He's very confident in Islam Makhachev against everyone apart from Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now granted, Shavkat Rakhmonov, massive for the welterweight division, still undefeated.
At the end of the day, this isn't just another fight, it's a collision of styles, legacies, and pressure, unlike anything we have seen in recent memory. Jack Della Maddalena walks in with something to prove, not just to the world, but to every critic who questioned his preparation. And across from him stands Islam Makhachev, the man chasing history, stepping into a new division with the weight of expectation on his shoulders and a target on his back. Every exchange, every scramble, every punch thrown will reveal the truth of this gamble. Was the shady training session a red flag or a perfectly timed mind game? Is JDM really ready to strike and outlast the most dominant lightweight of our era? Or will Islam's grappling, his composure, and his championship DNA crush another challenger? So what do you think? Do you believe JDM can keep the fight standing long enough to land the shot that changes everything? Or will Islam's relentless pressure prove too much once the fight hits the mat? And be honest, what do you think of that training footage? Real red flag or just noise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you love deep fight breakdowns, behind the scenes stories, or no filter analysis, make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and drop your predictions in the comments below. This isn't just a fight, it's a storm building, and you won't want to miss a second of it.